Hi! In celebration of Nurses Week 2020, I am very excited for this opportunity to share two mindfulness based practices with all of you wonderful nurses from Seattle Children's Hospital. My name is Danielle Wiley, and I'm a graduate student studying child clinical psychology at the University of Washington. One of my favorite topics of study is mindfulness and the ways that we can use mindfulness practices to improve resilience, stress reduction, and self compassion. Speaking of research, I actually came across a wonderful article written by a nurse and clinical researcher, actually from the Pacific Northwest, named Margot Halm. One of the things Margot talks about is how mindfulness can be kind of putting your own oxygen mask on first for nurses. And not only is it beneficial for you as a human, as a nurse yourself, but also research suggests that nurses who are more mindful have better patient safety outcomes, better patient satisfaction, and increased clinical effectiveness. That's awesome. So let's get started. The first exercise I'd like to share with you is called paced breathing. I chose paced breathing because it is incredibly portable. Once you have the hang of it, you can use it anywhere. At home, on your commute, between patients, it really goes with you. The way paced breathing works is by activating your body's self-regulation mechanisms. One of the ways it does this is by lowering your heart rate so that you can bring your full attention and focus to the task at hand, whatever that may be. Okay, and we'll get started by getting comfortable in your chair. If you can, bringing your feet flat on the floor. You can have your hands resting on your knees, palms up or down, whatever is comfortable for you. You can close your eyes if you'd like. I'm going to sort of just cast my eyes down and look at the floor a few feet in front of me. I'll start just by taking a few deep breaths. One thing you can do is place one hand on your chest and one on your stomach. And as you breathe, focus on the feeling of the hand on your stomach. You want to feel your belly rise and fall as you breathe in and out. And if we're really getting those deep diaphragmatic belly breaths, then our hand on our tummy will be moving and the one on our chest should be still. If your mind wanders away from your breathing, that is okay. Just gently bring it back and focus on your breath. With paced breathing, we want to add a few more seconds on our exhale compared to our inhale. So on these next few breaths, we'll breathe in for 4 seconds and breathe out for 7. So breathing in and out. In for 4, out for 7. Let's try this again a few more times. So in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll take 2 more breaths like this, and then you can open your eyes. So breathing in and out for just a few seconds longer. Last one. Breathe in and out. And that's paced breathing. Again, it can be really helpful to practice this when you have some downtime so that when you need it in the moment, between patients, wherever that may be, you've got it. I hope you enjoyed that one. The next practice I'd like to share with you is a combination of two classic mindfulness exercises, body scan and progressive muscle relaxation. Taken together, these two exercises embody the very definition of mindfulness, paying attention in the current moment non-judgmentally. With a body scan, we're able to check in with our bodies from the top of our heads to the ends of our toes, just appreciating our body sensations and not labeling them. Progressive muscle relaxation is what it sounds like, where we tense and release our muscle groups in sequence to promote feelings of ease and calm. This exercise requires a little more time than something like paced breathing, but is so worth it. You can do this while standing, seated, or laying in bed, which is my recommendation. It's wonderful for unwinding after a long day when you're ready to go to sleep. So we'll start by getting into a comfortable position. If you're sitting, planting your feet firmly on the ground, feeling your seat on the chair, and settling into your breath. Again, your eyes can be closed or cast down on the floor in front of you. We'll start by taking a few deep breaths. Again, directing your breath down into your belly, feeling your diaphragm expand and release with each breath. We'll start by bringing our awareness to our hands. Sometimes it's helpful to wiggle your fingertips just to wake them up. And notice what sensations you feel along your fingers and your palms. Are they warm? Are they cool? Is there some tingling perhaps? What do you feel in your hands? And it's perfectly fine not to feel anything. Just notice what is there. With our next few breaths, I'll ask you to tense your hands by balling them into fists and squeeze as hard as you can for 2 breaths. And on this exhale, release, opening your hands and letting the tension that we just held there flow out. Notice what your hands feel like now. Maybe still tingly. Maybe they feel more relaxed. Just noticing now what is there. Next, we'll bring our attention to our forearms. As we breathe, noticing what sensations we feel there. Temperature, any breeze. On our next few breaths, we'll tense our forearms by bringing them up to our shoulders and squeezing. Again, squeeze as hard as you can for 2 breaths. And on the next exhale, release. Checking in and feeling what sensations are there now. Do they feel looser, warmer? What do you notice? Next, we'll bring our attention up our arms to our upper arms. And with curiosity, ask, what do I feel? With our next few breaths, we'll tense our upper arms by bringing them up to our ears and squeezing there as hard as we can for 2 breaths. And on this breath, exhale and release. What do I feel now? If your attention goes away from the practice, that's okay. You can always bring it back to your breath, back to your body, and continue. Next, let's bring our attention to our face. We can often hold a lot of tension here between the eyes and in our jaws especially. So notice what you feel in your face. And we want to bring as much tension to our face as possible. So this might look like scrunching up your nose and eyebrows, tensing up your mouth. Basically what you might look like if you've just had a very sour lemon. You'll hold your face like that for 2 breaths. And release on your exhale. When we release the tension in our faces, it can be helpful to leave some space between your lips so that your jaw really gets to release all of the tension you may be holding. Again, check in. What does your face feel like now? Let's bring our attention to our backs. What sensations are there? Can you feel the back of your chair? Perhaps your bed or a couch if you're laying down. Is there any tightness, discomfort? What sensations are you feeling there? Now, to tense our backs, you can pretend you're trying to squeeze through a really narrow doorway. So bring your arms in as close to your side as possible, sort of bringing your shoulder blades in to meet as much as they can, bringing your belly button as close to your spine as possible. We'll hold that for 2 breaths. Squeezing as hard as you can. And on your exhale, release. And let's explore what our backs feel like now. Does it feel more relaxed? Does it feel the same? If there's no change, that's okay too. We're just noticing what sensations are there. Let's bring our awareness down to our buttocks, noticing what sensations are there. Do you feel the chair or bed or couch supporting you? Do you feel the weight of your body there? What sensations can you find? On our next few breaths, we'll tense those glute muscles as tight as we can, squeezing and holding for 2 breaths, squeezing as tight as you can. And on the exhale, releasing. And noticing what sensations are there now. Again, if your mind wanders, that is okay. Gently bring it back to the practice when you notice, and continue. Let's move down to the tops of our legs, noticing what sensations we feel from our hips to our knees. Approaching our bodies with just a gentle curiosity. And then we'll tense those muscles. You can pretend that you're squeezing a ball between your thighs, holding that tension as much as you can for 2 breaths. And releasing. Continuing to breathe and just noticing what sensations you feel in your thighs and the top of your legs. Let's continue our attention down our legs to our calves and lower legs. Just noticing what sensations are there. One way to get tension in our calves is to flex our feet. So imagine your feet just coming up, pointing towards the front of your legs. You should feel some good tension in your calves. Hold that as much tension as you can for 2 breaths. And release. Noticing what changed, what new sensations there might be, and continuing to breathe. We're almost done. Shift your attention to your feet. Noticing the sensation perhaps of the floor beneath your feet, your shoes, your socks. You can wiggle your toes a little bit and see what you feel there. We'll continue by tensing our feet. One way you can do that is by taking your toes and curling them under as tight as you can, holding that for 2 breaths. And release. Noticing what you feel in your feet now. Let's return to our breath, just taking a few more deep breaths. If you like, you can imagine the air that you're bringing in as a light and see it flowing through your body. As you breathe in through your torso, and as you breathe out, see it exiting down through your legs and out through your feet. Some people like to imagine a ball of light or a sense of relaxation and calm flowing through your body with each breath. Let's take one more breath together and then we'll gently open our eyes. This is one of my favorite exercises. I always feel really relaxed and loose afterwards. And I hope that you enjoyed it as well. And it's something that you can see yourself using again in the future. Thank you for letting me share those mindfulness practices with you. I hope you found them beneficial, and I hope that you're able to integrate them into your ongoing self care routines. We call them mindfulness practices because they become more effective and easy to call up when you need them, the more that you practice and the more that you use them. Again, thank you so much for all that you do, and I hope that you have a wonderful Nurses Week. Bye.